Now, you're probably wondering what I'm doing. And, let me adjust the mic volume here. Hopefully that's okay, not too loud. I made a video this morning. I didn't get it uploaded to the tube yet. But what I'm doing is watching. Stump watching. Part of what I do. This is DayZ Standalone. The Chernarus Plus map. I left Cherno. For those who know the Arma 2 mod version of the game, north of, just a couple hundred yards north of Chernarus is a little red house. There was a pickup truck, the off-road pickup truck used to spawn there. It's a house by itself. It's on the, I'd say the north side of Cherno, but on the all the way to the east. It's the furthest house to the east. There's a trail beside that house that runs up a ridge. I followed the trail up the ridge, and while I was still going up, I broke down over the hill to the left, and that was that ridge over there, and came up here. So it's basically straight up from the house, or to the left, first valley to the left of the house. And the reason I did that, because I had made a video this morning all about mushrooms. I couldn't find it on my computer, though. And it's, I hope I was recording. I really don't want to make that whole 45-minute video over again about how to find every single mushroom in the game, but this is just addendum to it. I'm just testing a theory out. Killed one chicken, ate a couple mushrooms. Same thing as I did in the other video, but now I'm on a different server. So now I just want to double check the theory and prove it out again. Now I started my timer. So this is an area of the map that is was a gold mine for mushrooms on the other server. So as you can see, there's that silver stumper log center screen down there, the oak log right there, then there's a stump right there, and right to the left of that stump, center screen, you can see a mushroom. That mushroom just spawned in. It took 5 minutes, 6 seconds. There's another stump and a log, another stump, and then there's that tree with no leaves on it. So when you come running up through, and I explained this in great detail, exactly how to do this in the other video. The only thing I didn't get was I didn't quite get the time because I didn't have my timer on my phone. But about 5 minutes, 7 seconds. So what I'm going to do is, too fast, slow down. I'm just going to walk because I don't want to burn up any calories. I haven't gotten the nutrition yet. But it's morning, things are going to warm up. I know I was in the right valley when I saw one of these trees right here. Those trees have nothing around the bottom, but those are two pear trees. One right there, and one right there, center screen. I already checked this, there was nothing. I checked this one log here, there was nothing. Nothing around this stump. So just learn, I go into great detail, just learn the stumps. That's a bad mushroom, it's poisonous. And you can tell how it looks green and moldy and nasty. Okay, so the reason I like coming up here, if I could get myself to just walk, or my character to just walk, is because I don't eat fruit, but there's 2 fruit trees down for you, and there's 1, 2, I think I counted 13 up here. Spawn points for mushroom. I just saw another one on that other hillside. Not a mushroom, but a spawn point. That's where they have a high probability. If there's not a spawn point, there's a 0 probability that they're going to be there. And when I first stopped, that mushroom was not there because I was sitting on that hillside waiting for the mushrooms. So it takes them a couple minutes to spawn in. There's another one at the base of that tree, and it looks like a bad parasol mushroom. Now that's normal for me, 2 bad ones right off the bat. But I'm slowing down because they do spawn in a 300-meter circle after 5 minutes or whatever. So this circle is moving with me. It's surrounding me. Yep, there's my 2 dead trees. Those spawn mushrooms at the base of dead trees. Now I'm just going to go here and double check. There's nothing here, and that's a good sign. It'd be a great sign if there was a mushroom here, but there's not. And this morning there was, now this is the 2 trees. That was a 3rd one. There's a mushroom, bad one. Never got 3 bad ones in a row. This is the other dead tree. But that's easy to see in the forest if you slow down. But there is no mushroom. There's 1 bad one, and then just, you have to memorize that. 3 dead trees. The one in the middle has a bad mushroom. The other 2 have nothing. It's 9 minutes 16 seconds now. There's a penny bun. A good parasol. So look at the log, memorize it, what it looks like, and then we just passed this little stump, which is hard to see in the grass. So I just come up through here the other day, and well, matter of fact, this morning, and I hung around here for, it had to be a half hour in the rain, because it was just a bonanza. And I'm not going as far as I did the other day on that other hill. I will in a minute here. There's the twin dead trees. You can spot them from 1,000 meters away if you want. But what I'm doing is I'm giving it time to spawn those in. If it takes 5 or 10 minutes in this 300-meter circle, or it's following me. So what they're doing is they're spawning. I picked the ones that are good and giving the times, the ones in front of me, time enough to spawn in before I just blow by them by running, which I usually do if I'm headed north. Looking for the dead limbs, nothing. And then this morning I talked about the circle of 11 and circle of 13. This is the stones. They're starting from the left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you count these as 2. I counted them as 1 this morning. But there was so much stuff, and I already had stones in here. So what I want to do here is move stuff around so you guys can see this, because I had a new player, as I explained this morning, who was lost, didn't know what was going on, first time in the game. I was like, don't worry about it. So all I'm doing right here is I'm rearranging this stuff. So what I find right now, this is what I had before. What I find right now, you guys are seeing it for real time. Okay, so memorize that. That's a stump right there I missed, actually, right in front of me. It's got a little three-prong notch. So there was a stone in the circle of 11. This was the circle of 13. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I see 12 stones. 12 rocks. They're on bare ground. You can see there's no stone here. None of these light silver colored stones. Right here. Wait, that's on the ground. It's a vicinity check right here, vicinity. So the stone is in the vicinity. And that could have been what happened this morning, because sometimes that happens. The stone's right there. Now keep your eye on that, where that stone's at, see? You cannot see it because it doesn't show it to the naked eye, so you have to do that vicinity check. And maybe that's what I did this morning. Maybe that's why I saw it, because I was just so giddy. There's a mushroom over there. So when you slow down, you can see a lot more of this stuff. And if you want, the other video goes into great detail about it. Okay, so circle of 11, circle of 13 stones. That's what you want to look for on the beach. Both had a stone. Or, yeah, both had a stone. This had a mushroom. This one has a mushroom. That's a root. So what we'll do is we'll go back down in this valley. I can see a mushroom right there. See it? Left hand side of the stump. Dried parasol. Looks in good shape. And I go into detail about seeing the unseen and everything. Now I'm back again. Same valley, different server, just to see if that was just the server, because admin bumped up the loot and the spawns for all this stuff, or whether this is what I was experiencing was normal or not. Okay. Nothing here. So if you really wanted to push a limit on it, you can make a notebook out of this stuff, or make a tape on it and go back and review the tape to find out what was there and what was not. And earlier I was going to hit instant replay, but it was only like there's the gunmetal gray of the penny bun, sort of that bluish gray. Now I don't believe that was here before, because we just checked that on the way up. There's our two dead trees. This bad penny bun right here by this stump, we looked at that stump. There was nothing there. We're at 15 minutes and 45 seconds for the timer. That would have stuck out like a sore thumb and I would have saw it. But you can tell it's bad because it looks ay, ay, ay. So this left hand had nothing. The right hand had a bad one. And then there's another third one right there. Number 3 had nothing. I remembered that. Now it has something. Since we went up and got those stones, and it's a bad penny bun. There's no way I could have missed that walking around that tree. Now, one of the other penny buns, yeah, I could have missed it. I did not go over here. There's another tree, no leaves. The bark is coming off the tree. Those are the ones you want to look for, where the bark is coming off and it's down to bare wood. Within about 5 feet, nothing. Should have done a vicinity check on there just to see. I don't see this one either. So big white, not huge, but it's a white penny bun. Okay, let's do this. See, it's not there either. not there, but it is there. Okay. So I didn't do a vicinity check on the first time, so I can't confirm or deny whether it was there or not. Another bad one, penny bun. But when I started this video, and we're at 17 minutes 42 seconds, when I started this video, I was up on that hill, because remember, let's block that up there. Reason I remember it is because I was talking about that okay. So just memorize what logs and what looks like it, and your brain will pick that up. Your brain's one of the fastest learning things. Now that log we checked, I know we checked it. I'm about 96% sure on that. So slow down, give them time. 18 minutes and 51 seconds. And remember when I started the video, I said that I told you about the little red house, Cherno, yada yada yada. This is a pear tree. I know it's a pear tree because of the bark, the color of the leaves and the bark. We'll do a vicinity check on it. There they are. I won't key on it, but I was close. Still won't do it. There we go. One dried one fresh one. That's the upper one. Then there are two down here together. This one has nothing. There's nothing there. An apple. There it is. Now see, it was there the whole time, but I looked right at it and there was nothing there. Until you look down and you see it. And I swear it's floating in the air. It is. That's why I didn't see it. I was concentrating so hard on the ground, but that apple was in the air. That was not there when I started the video to show you guys this. So it definitely spawned in after. Now where the companion pair is, the dried one that showed up in the vicinity check, because there's two. A raw one and a dried one. As you can see, the raw one, it's floating too. So some show up, some don't. And they might show up because that one is floating and we're on a hillside. The dried one may be under the ground just a little bit, and that's just the physics of the computer here. Doesn't quite get. It just plants them both on level, so one is hidden to you. So that's the power of hitting your G or I key for inventory or gear to do a vicinity check. I don't like doing that. I try not to do that. Now here's a mushroom here. It's rotten, but it's very important to learn from that. What's here? There's a stump here, so that makes sense. It's by a stump. Sometimes I won't see the stump, and I'll be, I don't understand. Why is that over there? And that's what I did when I first started looking for this stuff, is just questioning why. Why here? That's the penny bun from before. This dead tree I did not check. I know for a fact I didn't check it. There's two of them. One there, left and right. We can even do that vicinity check. "22 minutes, 54 seconds. Where's the other one? I'll try to keep this video short. The other one's about twice as long. But I couldn't find it, so maybe I didn't record. There's going to be nothing here. It's okay, I'm not expecting nothing. We just went through that one. Where are the two twins? There they are. The old triplets. The lower one had a bad mushroom, still there. Middle one had a bad mushroom. Or no, that first one had no mushroom. This one had the bad parasol. And you can see right up to the left there's another one. This one was not here. I think it was, what, 15 minutes or 17 minutes? We're at 23. Okay. Do a vicinity check just to make... Oh! There was one here. We just couldn't see it. Back off here. Okay, that's the bad penny bun by the stump. And we picked one up from here. Now it spawned in another one since we went downhill. So I'm going to trade out this. Green ones have moisture, and I need more moisture than anything else. Still walking, take it slow, give it time enough to spawn in. Now let's go back up here and check these stones real quick. But this is the result of my mushroom hunt. And I didn't even go 300 meters up the hill. There's an apple right there, center screen. I saw that happen earlier today. It's on that morning video. There's two perfectly ripe apples. But it's not a glitch in the game, it's just a misdesign right there. See how that one's almost in the dirt, half of it's missing, and this one's floating. So the angle that it can get is only so much, or the computer misjudged the angle of the dirt. But it's actually two ripe apples. That's a pear tree. Absolutely, definitely a pear tree. So I ate one mushroom. So anyway, sometimes they get a little screwed up like that. Dried apples, ripe apples, dried pears, rotten pears, you know, or you can get three versions, rotten, dried, or fresh, of the apples, the pears, and plums. Red pine. I could have missed that on that three-pointed stump. That's how I remembered it from this morning. I guess it's got 4 points or more up there. Those are my rocks there. We'll go up. We're standing on this one. That's a circle of rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Notice anything different from just 5-7 minutes ago? There's that stone. Now we'll go up to a circle of 13. That one, circle 11, had a stone before. I know it for a fact. I remember that. And I picked it. This one I came up And it had the hidden stone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It had the hidden stone. So why did it have a hidden stone then but not now? They were just in a different placement. But you can almost see a ring around this stone right here. If I can get the key on it and stay back at the same time. Yeah. So you can see a ring. Those are the same set of stones all over the map. 9 or 13. Circle of 11, or circle of 11, or circle of 13, sorry. They look the same on the beach. Greenish gray rock. And that's what you have to look for, the one that's miscolored in the center. So now there's 1, 2, 3, 4 rocks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 mushrooms, and I ate one. And then we did walk over here, but I just can't remember as I was talking what it was. And I'm out of room anyway, so instead of leaving, which I kind of like to do, curiosity is getting the best of me. I can't remember if that was here or not. So that's why I was sitting down, watching, observing, asking why. Stump watching. It's a good thing. This is all about seeing the unseen. Everything you need to survive in the game is right around you. Or can be. Take your time. Next, I'll show you fruit trees for all the fruit in the game. And the hay bales. So look for stumps, dead wood that mushrooms love. Any dying, decaying wood is rich in nutrients. And mushrooms need that. They need a certain type of soil, certain drainage. If the grass is growing too high with no stumps around it, I can look over a whole hillside. There are no... wish it was clearer. But like up here, there's going to be not one mushroom. The grass is too high. It's getting a different amount of water. Over there is real nice and easy to see, but the leaves are different. So the grass, it doesn't get as much sun as where the grass is here. So it takes a little sun, not too much sun. So that's about it. A little bit warmer on this server because I should have been freezing by now in the rain. We're at 30 minutes now, and I know 30 minutes may be a long time in game, but when you're starting out and starving to death, 30 minutes ain't nothing. You spend more than that time looting. And all looting is, what are you doing? Looking for food. Spend all that time running around looking for food. This is just a way of having the food come to you, in a way. There's a pear tree that spawned the apples. Oh, that's that little stomach sign where you can see down in the bottom right hand corner. It just popped up far left in the bottom right hand corner. There's 7 emblems. That stomach sign is when you're eating too fast, eating too much. Just wait, stop eating, it'll go away. So our 2 are still there for the apples. That was a bad one. The bad one. There's another good one. Now, I can't put that back down because it might plant it at my feet. I'm going too fast now because I'm not sure if it was hidden or not. Now, where are we at here? Well, that's a ways from that pear tree. So that dried pear. And I can't remember. Yep, there's the other two. So this one had 3. There it is. It's floating in the air. And then this had the floating ones that are halfway disappeared, all that stuff. Hum-de-dum-de-dum. Might have to wait a little bit here. So this is what we found. I don't know how many mushrooms they ate, maybe 4 of them. Bad mushroom, I expected that. This one up here had no mushrooms. And we checked it with a vicinity check. This is the other dead one. We did the same thing. No mushrooms. So I don't want to burn up too much energy. Because you can see the downward chevrons on the food and drink. They're slow, but sometimes if you get too cold, you'll start to burn more calories because you're trying to burn. You're burning calories trying to keep warm. Now this right here wasn't here, I believe, because it wasn't a penny bun. It was a parasol mushroom that was rotten. So there's our 2. Rotten one, yes. That penny bun wasn't there. I wouldn't have missed it. These are both rotten. Oh no, that's good. That's a good one. Okay. Losing track of where I was at. So we'll end the video by the stones, I believe. That'll be a good place to end this one so I can go get warmed up. Dry it off, eat a little dinner. Circle 11, nothing there. Timer is at 35 minutes 40 seconds. Nothing here either. Oh, there is one there. So these are respawning stones as we go. I think I have 5 stones now, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 stones, 17 mushrooms. I think this morning I had like 28 mushrooms. But anyway, I'll let it go to keep the videos right now at 34 minutes. I thought I heard a wild boar. Almost positive. I don't have anything to kill it anyway. I thought in this game they were going to have it. Maybe they took it out. I thought they were going to have it to where you can take a long stick and some, maybe it's wire or rope, and tie a knife to the end and make a spear, but I think they may have abandoned that or is in another version of the game. Anyway, come right up out of that valley there. There's another dead tree. There won't be nothing here because I wasn't here long enough. Another dead tree over here. But Pusta is right down there. If you head straight down this hayfield, there's a barn over here. And all these, and mushrooms spawn around hay bales too. Stones will spawn in those circles, or the paths, or the railroad tracks, the hiking path or the railroad tracks. They will also spawn underneath the rail cars too. And I had one spawn in there this morning, but no matter what I did, I could not get to it, and it was aggravating. And I needed it. So we're going to come out to the white barn. There's a deer stand up here I like to check. So it'd be too hard to hear them boars anyway, and I don't have anything to kill them. It's a white barn. Deer stand is right up there on the hill. And just a quick tip, there's a tree right there. See that rounded tree? It doesn't look like the other trees. That round tree looks too tall. Those are two pointy pines. That's a fruit tree, 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 and a fruit tree, and a fruit tree, and a fruit tree. That's apple. So I go into details on fruits and trees like that, the bark and everything, which is very important. Apple, pear, apple. We're right on track. Use a compass and a map if you need it, but if you don't need it, always double check yourself to see how close or how far you're off. I just kind of guessed, and then when I zoomed in, I saw the deer stand there. And sometimes I'm accurate and sometimes I'm not, but it's just retraining your brain which direction to face. You remember, wow, that's loud. You just remember it's going to head over to the barn, but I think we're going to go down to Pusta. There's a well there. I need water and get in, dry it up, because the rain's going to quit. You can almost time the rain. So that's about it for this video. I'm going to head into town, get warmed up, maybe log off, eat some dinner. But that's a good spot to log out at. And you can incessantly wrench out your clothes. This is drenched. Just put it in your hand and wring it out. Constantly change your shoes when you're first starting out. If I come across another dry pair, I'll take them. Sometimes within 1,000 meters, if I come across another pair of shoes, I'll take them. Swap them out. When in doubt, swap it out. You'll get your favorite pair of shoes later on, and your favorite gear. I don't care what I wear, just as long as it's not too awful bright. And that's about it. But mushrooms and fruit is super easy in here. Also, the fruit is alongside the road, just like I showed you there with I think 13. And they're also in the backyards of every single town, backyards of houses. And the reason they're there is because that's old school. It comes from the end of World War II, where in America they had victory gardens. I know the British did the same thing. Those were very important. They're making a comeback now on how important a backyard garden is to grow your own food. I got this cranked, but it's pretty bright, or pretty loud for the thunder and the rain, but what it's not is no lightning. And on the old DayZ mod, it was kind of nice to have the lightning, because man, it would scare you in the morning. But as soon as this rain ends, the sun comes out, I'll dry my clothes out and then continue north. But there's no reason to go hungry. So this should help you die a lot less in the beginning. And then just keep at it. You'll learn as you go. But stop and observe. Slow down. And don't panic.